Hey, what's up, guys? So I want you to check out this next video clip I got for you because it occurred in my motherland of South Korea, where you had a Korean American man who was largely influenced by a certain culture attack two US soldiers in Pyeongtaek, South Korea, which is home of Camp Humphreys, the largest US military installation overseas.
네, 빨리 오셔야 돼요. 아니요, 지금 저 사람 병실인 것 같아서. 아니야, 병은 아닌 것 같고, 빨리 오셔야 돼요. 한 사람 쓰러졌고, 2명이 당했어요. 100명은 쓰러졌는데, 빨리 오셔야 돼요. 네, 저한테 오시면 전화 주시면, 이건 뭐, 지랄이네. 한 사람 쓰러졌어요.
Then come the ratchet hoes who begin to twerk because what would be a fight without some good old twerking? Honestly, this is such a disgusting scene. Here you have a US soldier clearly in need of medical treatment, and instead of calling the police or ambulance, you decide to laugh everything off and just play to this clown on the street. This US soldier serving your country, yet you don't have the decency to even call him an ambulance?
Show the money. Show the money. Yeah, cause never been broke. Never been broke.
Look who around me.
Okay, so this is where you get to see the ghetto fatigue because Buddy over here has been clearly influenced by a certain culture. On top of that, his face looks like a fucking public high school bathroom stall.
Oh, these niggas trying to arrest me for having money. Hey, you abusing me, bro? Why you abusing me, bro? That racist. That racist. That racist.
Racist.
Hey, I'm the Korean George Floyd, nigga.
Nigga. He did say nigga. That was kind of crazy. That was crazy, guys. He did say
Damn,
nigga.
y'all be hurting me.
Hurting him.
I'm George Floyd, boy.
Yeah.
I'm George Floyd,
No,
boy.
you're not. Y'all did not say he need to go. He need to go. But he do got that money, though.
I do got that money.
I
do, unlike George Floyd. Hey, George Floyd was broke, but I got the money.
Wait.
And you know I got the money.
money.
You know I got the money.
crying money.
Shut up. Yo, they trying to arrest me. They ain't never gonna get me. They ain't never gonna get me. They ain't never gonna get me. It's your boy Stones. He coming live from the police station. Fuck nigga. Fuck nigga. Coming live. They won't let me go. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. Yo, fucking bitch ass nigga.
Okay, so one thing I do want to point out is that a lot of people were questioning whether these two were really US soldiers because they got their asses handed to them, and the fact that, the other guy really didn't do much to help his friend, which I'll get into later. But it has been confirmed by the Korean police and multiple Korean news outlets that these two victims were US Forces Korea service members. Okay, so now going to the other soldier who wasn't knocked out, I'm not exactly sure why he didn't really retaliate much, but the only thing I could think of is that South Korean self defense laws are pretty insane. Like, it is no joke. Let me show you here. Okay, so I just pulled this off of ChatGPT about South Korea self defense laws. But before we get into that, guys, I want to know how many of you have been stationed in South Korea, either in Yongsan or Camp Humphreys? Because if you have, I'm pretty sure you know everything about the self defense laws in Korea. It is just absolutely insane. It's like nowhere else. With that being said, let's go into this ChatGPT. So, scenario A is probably the closest to what happened in this video clip. The attacker punches a soldier, knocks him out, and then stands there. If the attacker delivers a punch, stops attacking, does not move toward anyone else, which he did, does not appear ready to continue violence, which he did, then the strongest legal argument for self defense of others becomes weaker because the immediate attack may have ended. If the second serviceman then runs over and punches the attacker purely as retaliation, that starts looking more like revenge than defense. Honestly, if that second U.S. serviceman soldier attacked that Korean American shortly after he knocked that other guy out, I'm pretty sure a Korean judge would have charged him. That would not be self defense. He would that would be considered revenge. I've just seen so many cases in Korea where like this, and it's just insane. Like there was a famous case in Korea where a homeowner, was at home in the middle of the night with his wife and kids, and a burglar, an armed robber, breaks into the house. And what the homeowner does is beat the shit out of the guy. And who do you think got charged? The homeowner. See, this is what I mean about South Korean laws are just crazy. Anyway, so that said, what I want to say was that if you're traveling to other countries, it is very important for you to check up the local laws, especially self-defense laws. Because 2 years ago, I was in Europe for 2 months and I went everywhere: UK, Italy, Germany, Turkey, Austria. And, there were a couple hairy situations with migrants, sure enough. And there was one particular one in Rome where you had an African migrant just going crazy at the Termini station, which is the main train station in Rome. And you had like 15, 20 police officers just tackling this guy. But I saw other situations where you had these migrants harassing tourists in tourist areas. So what I want to say is that, you should look up local laws, what you can do, self-defense, and what you can carry, like either a pepper spray or knife. You never know, right? Because you don't know what you're going to come across, especially in Europe. But that said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.